Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day, wherein I'm starting with this, but I don't know if I'll end up with this. I overheat quickly. That's one of the big problems I have when I go walkies at night, even during the winter time. My big issue is not staying warm enough. My big issue is not being too warm. If I wear a puffy winter coat, I have to take it off and tie it around my waist so that my upper body is completely uncovered with a jacket because I'm just too hot. When I go out during winter time and it's snowing, I wear like this, open, so that I'm like this because I am too warm. So thumbs up for that. And of course, front-loading of videos. Hey, if you could toss me a like, if you could subscribe to the channel, if you could leave me a comment, any comment even for the algorithm, that would be double plus good. And I wish to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These are literally beautiful and literally awesome people who are, in fact, once again, literally beautiful and literally awesome, helping to keep me and however many pets I have at the time alive. If you would like to be one of these beautiful and awesome people and help to keep me from becoming homeless, I have links to my Patreon in the video description, as well as for a PayPal for any possible donations, an Amazon wishlist link with stuff like cat food, a post office box where I will open up anything on camera anyone sends to me at all, even just postcards and keychains, which is all I ask for. And front-loading a video is over. Hey. Yesterday was not an exciting day, and I had a period of time where I fell asleep for at least an hour in my chair. I found myself groggier than I liked when I was able to get up and walk around, but I think I was still breathing during it because I was able to get motivated and do things at least afterward, and that's good. I mean, I was glad that I was able to record Minecraft at all. I've got the settings cranked down on the graphics, and I got to crank them down even further. And I've got the program Optifine, which goes through and optimizes a lot of Minecraft so it plays better. If you've watched it, oh my God, is it choppy in so many spots where it just locks entirely. I am so sorry. My video card it's a GTX 1050 Ti. It's old, and it's not very powerful. It was given to me as a gift by a viewer some time ago when my first video card, an AMD something or other R9, it was a pretty good card, but it died. And now I don't have a good card, so I mean, it's better than no card at all, the one that I have, but it barely can do anything even halfway modern. Thumbs up. Still, life is life, and I have survived. In fact, I'm already too warm. Even with my sleeves rolled up, I am overheating. I was freezing moments ago. Now I'm overly hot. So joy on that. Another thing that happened, which didn't happen to me, but I was watching a video, I was surprised because I have watched things about Nikocado Avocado, and I have been horrified at what's happened to him because he used to be so thin, and he used to be just a nice person on his videos, and if you watch his stuff there, his behavior is horrific, and he just seems like a nightmare person. But you see flashes of other times when he's with other people not doing that stuff, and he seems like a semi-nice guy. There's a channel, Oompaville, and the guy has been talking with and recording videos with Nikocado Avocado, and I was amazed. He's actually, when he's not putting on his big act, he's personable. He's likable. He was funny. It was mind-blowing to watch him just be a person and not putting on the act. I mean, you could still see him doing the whole shaking his head and doing that stuff, but he wasn't angry when he was doing that. He was just playing, and it was fun. So that was weird. Thumbs up for that. Past that, I just walked to Walmart. I've still got, my toe is still sore. It's getting better. It's getting better. So, I mean, I'm always going to have troubles. I talked about this with my therapist. My feet, I've walked like a duck my whole life. They've just been out at 45-degree angles. Over the years, they've actually been moving this way to normal. But they still go a little bit like this inside of my shoes. So I have to consciously keep my feet pushed inward a bit so that they'll go straight. Even in good shoes, if I'm not doing that, my feet will out like a duck and then rub on the side of the shoe and cause blisters. Even in good shoes, I will get blisters if I am not paying attention. So I have got to walk carefully, and I'm hopefully building up calluses because it's getting less painful over time. Thumbs up for that. Yay. It's actually been, I think it was freezing last night when I was coming home because the ground was sparkly. Yay. And that's a good thing. I mean, it's almost like, Christmas here. Thumbs up. Past that, I've been trying to do thinking on my various creative subjects, and I have a lot of stuff here that I've written about for the topics list that I want to talk about. Like, I've had characters that have popped into my head almost full blown. Well, one morning, just a couple weeks back, when I came up with the character of La Pantera, the luchador wrestler who's moved from Tamaulipas and the city of Reynosa, and he's moved to Brookerton, South Carolina, and so he's trying to bring luchador wrestling to the cryptids there. That guy just popped into my head one morning, and I don't know where or why, but it came up almost fully formed. I have been using as an example one person who's having troubles getting used to the idea of eating people and yet wants to try, and that person has been becoming, I can speak English, I promise, an actual character, but slowly, because this is a person that has realized they've got to get in line with the world, because as a sort of extra monologue, which I'm going to try monologuing it now, parts of it is this person has realized, they cannot mix in with regular human people anymore. Their third eye has opened so far that normal human people can't even interact with them. Their eyes just slide off and they forget that they are there. Even normal people who have their third eye open a little bit, a good 70% of people whose third eye is opened, they can easily ignore it if they choose. It's only the 30% and more that have their third eye open wider. Well, this guy's is open so wide that you have to be on his comparable level of open. There's no third eye. That's how they interpret it. You just have otherworldly senses and you can see more. But they have to be on his comparable level or they can't interact with him. So his pool of human beings to interact with in this new world is very small. And because they all have their third eye open as wide as he does, their brains are all changed. Mind is a function of brain, and your brain changes. You have additions, and it's different. So every human being he knows is just as weird as he is now. And that's hard to get used to. And the cryptids, well, he has to hang around with cryptids because it's either hang around with cryptids and the small amount of people that you can, or go mad from solitude. You can't be alone as a human being like that. Putting someone into actual, solitary confinement, you can permanently break a human being. Permanently damage them by that. We are social creatures. We have to interact or we will break. So he has to interact. And the only creatures that he can interact with, and he actually calls many of them legitimate friends, are all basically consuming people at all times. Even the ones that don't People are always eating snacks that are made from broken down people. Whether they're eating hair or teeth or chips, potato chips that are made from ground up finger and toenails. Whether they are drinking hema-cola that is sweetened with blood plasma, and for the cryptids, a full ounce of concentrated blood particulates. No matter what, there's candies with human blood in them and bone meal. There is bone glazing sauce, so when you're eating a human being, well, you put the sauce on the bones and they become crunchy. Everything is based around eating people. Even the people that he has to deal with, they all consume human products. Especially with Uncle Bonbon releasing all of their third eye products, which are human foods and human snacks for human beings that want to taste. He realizes this is a him issue. He has to get used to this, because if you don't eat people in this world, you are the weird one. All the cryptids eat human snacks, and the ones that don't eat human snacks eat kicking and screaming human beings. You better get used to it. You're the weird one if you don't. And on that, because of the way your brain changes, you can be one of those that can insist, I would never condone hurting or killing any human being just to eat them. I will never, ever, ever accept that. But generally what happens, and it runs along these lines, is you can say that. And then in approximately 1 month's time, you can be scrolling through your phone, nursing a beer, sitting in one of the bar-type places in Khmer Rouge Manor with a bunch of other dark cryptids. One cryptid can enter the room and slap down onto the table that they sit at a screaming person that they dragged in under their arm and begin messily and violently eating them right there at the table. And after 2 minutes, you would finally stop scrolling your phone and turn to them in irritation and just say, "It is driving me crazy. Will you please chew with your mouth shut?" And the person who's still, moaning and writhing with, their hands and feet chewed off and chunks sticking out of other parts of their body, and they're still trying to live, but that's not going to be for much longer. There's blood everywhere. That cryptid just sort of stops and looks around, and all the other cryptids in the room are like, so they're just, so they chew with their mouth shut. They continue eating that person, but it's not so loud. It doesn't make that annoying chewing sound, so you go back to your scrolling. If you were asked later on what that cryptid was eating, you might say it was a sandwich? I don't know. I don't know. It didn't make an impression. Because in this new world you're a part of, you don't notice normal. You notice when normal is missing. And a cryptid eating someone who does not want to be eaten is normal. There's also other things. I have talked about how the Razor's Edge stories are basically overcoming challenges stories. And the cryptid stories are about accepting inevitabilities. Well, there are stories of overcoming challenges in the cryptid stories. Reginald, a lycanthrope werewolf type who's a wolf that becomes a hybrid human wolf, they have an actual positive character arc where they become more accepted by the cryptid community. And that's a very, very good thing. They overcame a challenge in an accepting inevitabilities world. On the razor's edge, which is largely overcoming challenges, there is one character that is simply, they have accepted inevitabilities when they shouldn't have. 300 and some odd years back, there was a fellow named Grumper, and there was a toad that noticed Grumper when Grumper came out hunting for toads. This toad was special, and it saw something special in Grumper, and eventually it came out to see Grumper taking a risk, and Grumper captured that toad but saw something special in the toad and didn't eat the toad, kept it as a friend and a pet. In time, the toad learned to talk, and they became fast friends, comfortable in each other's silences, but also willing to talk about the most theological, philosophical, deep subjects. People have a beginning, a middle, and an end. And eventually, after 30 years, Grumper died of old age. And now Grumper's toad, 300 years later, is still mourning and refusing to let go. If you are carrying a ball of pain with you, and you try to carry it with you into the future, you eventually will reach a point where you are immobilized. You can't let go of the ball of pain, but you can't move into the future unless you let go of that ball of pain. That's been one of my issues with the death of my wife. That's one of the issues with anybody who has something like that. You can't just drag the ball of pain with you. You have to put the ball of pain down so that you can move into the future. But Grumper's toad refuses to let go of that ball of pain. They have been immobilized in place, not physically, but immobilized up here for 300 years because they know that the best time of their life is gone and will never come back, and they mourn it. The little settlement now is known as Grumper's Toad because Grumper's Toad on the town council doesn't want the name of the town to change because that's the only way to keep the memory of Grumper alive. But Grumper's Toad is the only one that remembers Grumper, and when Grumper's Toad dies, well, everyone will forget Grumper, and then everyone will forget Grumper's Toad. But Grumper's Toad refuses to let go, carrying that ball of pain with them. Accepting inevitabilities, refusing to overcome challenges. It does happen. There's a lot more I have here, but I'm going to talk about this later. So, I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. It's never many anymore, but anything more than 0 was awesome. Thank you each and every person that does leave me a comment. It is appreciated. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended, and even though I can't American Sign Language, well... And again, I talked about this in my community comment things. Ben B, if you're watching, I don't know what happened. I was trying to remove a duplicate comment, and it looks like you were banned from making comments at all. But I've gone through my banned people list, and I can't find your name. So I don't know what's happened, but I can't find any of your comments. Please leave me an email, contact me on Twitter or something if you can't leave a comment. I've got to figure this out. I don't know what happened, and I am so sorry. Let me call up my Chrome. Jesse Koskinen, good to see you in the comments, my friend, and hopefully you don't have too much snow there. Hokey smokes. Adrian XJG, thumbs up, thank you very, very much. And Minecraft is a good game. I do enjoy it. I just wish I could play it. There is Goddduilist, who has some good ideas, and I've done as much as I can. I'll do more. Then there is Psycho Jazz. Thumbs up, thank you very much, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. Fluffy Big Butt, thumbs up, and yeah, I explained why it was choppy. Oh my god, my system barely runs Minecraft. It is so unoptimized. And then there is EW with some ideas, and so we'll work on that. Kenneth Schwartz, thumbs up and thank you much. Confused Owl 29, always good to see you in the comments. You finished up your first semester in college. I hope things are going well for you, definitely. Hopefully you'll have time to make your presence known in the comments again. Yay! Flora Mew, thumbs up. Thank you very much. Good to see you in the comments. Take it easy. Do what you can. We have Noah Genevieve Brown, and I am nowhere close to pronouncing your name properly, but thank you very much. It is anybody who is helping me to stay alive is greatly appreciated. There is DSLD, thumbs up. Chris, greatly appreciated, and I do my very best. We have Triple FPS, thumbs up, thank you. Orphelius, greatly appreciated. Cake, thumbs up, thank you much. Good to see you in the comments. There is Galo Galaxy, and Lol Paulu, I guess. I don't know how to pronounce that properly. My sincere apologies. There is Shinra, who has snow in their area. RJ Mitchell, good to see you in the comments. Definitely a thumbs up. Big Mosley, who just says, WTF did I just watch? I don't blame you. And that is it. 20? 10? I have no ideas how many people who left me comments. I have forgotten them completely where I was, and I don't know if that was accurate. So thumbs up. Thank you, though, each and every one of you who left me comments. You get me out of my head and into the world, dealing with real people, if only for a short time and if only in text. Thumbs up and thank you much. Especially thank you if you have watched all the way to the end. Even on very popular YouTubers, the vast bulk of viewers stop watching after 3 minutes. The vast bulk stop watching after 1 minute in my videos. So if you have made it this far, greatly appreciated. Thumbs up. So, no matter what, if you have to get things done today, well, I hope you can get them done. I'm just going to take it easy. It's a weekend, so thumbs up on that. Depending on your area and your situation, if people are sick, please just keep your distance, wear a mask if appropriate, be smart, don't get sick, don't make others sick, and if there are dangerous and awful things happening in your area, well, don't go dancing naked on a busy freeway. Try to be smart about any situation. But of course, if you're out walking and you hear the mournful howl of that bus horn, the bus with your name on it, well, your numbers come up. You're gonna die. That bus is gonna hit you and your corpse is gonna get smeared. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is in fact a very good thing.